Hi, I'm Randy Schroeder. I so look forward to our ongoing association. I look forward to you becoming the very, very best that you can be. I look forward to you not just learning how to make more money more quickly, but I look forward to growing together with you in community as together we learn to be more successful more quickly. This is the first in a series of audio recordings to empower you. What exactly is MVP? MVP is a series of pillars. It is a series of facets that are required for long-term success, development, growth, for the health stability of an entire group of people and of your business individually. The first of those pillars actually could be viewed as an outcome. When one comes to understand all that MVP is, there is an outcome, a result of which is the creation of community. My observation is that people long to be a part of something greater than themselves. We all long to be a part of. While there are those who seek leadership roles within a community, it is absolutely true that human beings are herd animals by instinct. We love to be a part of a movement, something that causes us to grow and to become our very, very best. What then is a community? A community is a group of people gathered together with a common purpose. And we have multiple purposes in MVP. I stated a few of them at the very outset, that we cannot just learn as a group to make more money more quickly. That actually cheapens dramatically what I think the overall process is. It's when we learn to become the very best that we can be in an entire spectrum of life experiences. What will your community be? Your community will include your Monavie group. It will include your entire family. It includes all that makes up your world. Becoming a part of a community implies specific actions. We'll engage in a series of processes over the course of the next weeks, months, and years that will help you build community. We'll start by helping you develop the skills required to create your own Monavie group, to build your team, to build a right side and a left side, an enroller tree, to build an organization that is based upon successes of other people. My ultimate goal is what? My goal is for you to someday, one day, not immediately, be able to work because you want to, not because you have to have your successes be predicated on the widespread successes of other people. And it's not just about bringing new members into the group. It is about bringing new people into the group who find long-term, lifelong value in being in association, in being a part of this community, your community. And I would challenge you at the very outset to contemplate, what do you want your community to look like? I challenge you to open your eyes to the possibility that your community can look like the world, that it can include people who are like you in socioeconomic background, and it can include people who are unlike you, who are quite dissimilar. It can include people who are younger than you and people who are older than you. It can include people who are of the same ethnic heritage and background as you, and it can include those who are not. I learned so many years ago that the real key to stability in our business is to become broadly diversified in terms of currency, diversified in terms of culture, diversified in terms of ethnicity, diversified in terms of basic beliefs, habits, and patterns. So long as there is an overall thread of moral goodness running throughout all, this creates fantastic community. There are a variety of things which in combination make a sense of community. First of all, the common purpose. And in Monavie and MVP, we talk about a more meaningful life. I'm hoping that as you become a part of this community, you don't simply talk about a more meaningful life, but that you evidence a more meaningful life in your every single behavior, that you evidence a more meaningful life in each of your interactions. A more meaningful life, once again, for me, is not simply about having more money more quickly. I thought that until one day I had plenty of money and I had a life without meaning. I'm hoping so much that financial abundance is one of the side effects of the creation of a more meaningful life in every respect for you. And I have learned that solitary success creates little joy. Solitary success creates little joy. Achieving success along with others creates a totally different kind of feeling. And it will be our mutual goal and objective to help you help others engage in a proven and predictable pattern of activities, the only logical outcome of which is the development of a Monavie business that will stand the test of time and the creation of a community that literally can last throughout the entire balance of your life. This community can become a key integral part of all that happens in your world. A common cause of action, a complete common cause of action. We will help you through the utilization of all that MVP is, and we add this word velocity to it, of all that MVP velocity is. Velocity, what does that imply? Speed, getting something done quickly, not slowly, but getting it done in such a way that no corners have been cut in this acceleration process, and then to integrate into your business, ultimately into your life, into your world, into your community, 7 pillars which have been shown to create success, the 7th pillar of which is in fact community. It is the outcome. We'll learn to grow together, progress together, increase knowledge, and improve skills. Now, knowledge is what we know. Knowledge is a beautiful thing. Skill is what we know how to do. Quite different. Cicero so correctly stated, the skill to do comes from the doing. This part of learning and growing together has to do with peer support. I've stated so frequently that I believe the fundamental principles which govern network marketing are superior to those which govern conventional business. There are a host of reasons for these thoughts. One of them is because we are working together in common purpose. We celebrate each other's successes. Why? Because my success is not predicated upon someone else's failure. I want you to think about the way conventional business works, and I often use the example of a Mercedes salesman. Today, a Mercedes salesman will sell an SL 550, and he or she will have joy at having made that sale. Do you suppose they'll have a moment of silence for the BMW salesman who did not sell a BMW 650? My guess is no. There was no thought that the individual success came as a result of someone else's defeat. I love the way our business works, because when the fundamental principles of network marketing are properly applied, then our every success is predicated upon someone else's success. What an extraordinary way that is then to build peer relationships, to become a positive influence on one another, and to be instruments of change, to be agents of change. The fact is that we live in an extraordinary, beautiful, outstanding society world. It's incredible. Can it be better? Yes, it can be better one person at a time, starting with me, starting with you. You know, I learned so long ago that there's a big difference in having money and making money. There's a big difference in generating income and creating wealth. I have learned there's a big difference in investing and speculating. We talk about risk avoidance and providing consultation to one another, providing ideas and suggestions. And this risk avoidance that I talk about would have financial connotations, and also avoiding risk in our interpersonal lives, avoiding risk in relationship. There are so many things that a properly constructed community filled with like-minded people heading in a positive direction with mutual goals of sustained success for all of the community. There's so much value in that peer support, risk avoidance. The community, of course, includes your family. It includes direct relationships. It includes those who have become a part of your life in external relationships outside of the family bond. And I would tell you that as we move forward, our every process properly applied will have the direct outcome of strengthening your family as a result of a more clear understanding of common interests, spending more time together doing things which are growing, edifying, uplifting, encouraging of one another, and developing genuine concern for each other's welfare. And that, of course, now your extended family I refer to, that falls outside of your blood family and into this overall extended community. Recognize this, or at least I choose to recognize the fact that though I am an individual, I believe that we are all directly connected. I really believe that. I view the world as though it's a living, thriving, breathing entity, and we are all participants in the overall whole. When we reduce ourselves to our singleness, to our unique individuality, while there are sometimes moments of joy to be found therein, it is when we recognize our total connectedness to others that I think we find a greater sense of peace. At least that's true for me. I believe that's true for others. When we abide by rules and regulations, you know, I read a children's book. I remember so many years ago, I had young children, and there was a book that I read almost every night as a bedtime story. It was called Rules Are Tools. And, you know, in empowering processes and empowering you in all of MVP, there are, of course, rules, guidelines, regulations. And I remember when I first learned of rules, I felt like they were restrictive, trying to stand in the way of my freedoms. And I've learned so very differently since then. I think back to the words of that children's book, rules are tools. And if we obey, we'll be happy all day. You know, there's a whole lot of wisdom to those simple lines. Rules are tools. And we learn to abide by those rules, by those laws, by those regulations, and living with integrity. We conduct our business affairs with integrity. That is what creates community. I can tell you today, with a sense of I will not say the word pride. That pride word has negative connotations for me, but with a sense of genuine satisfaction. that I conduct my business affairs and my personal affairs such that I do not often find myself in conflict. I can today walk into any room full of people anywhere and not be concerned about who I may bump into because I conduct my affairs with integrity. And I have finally, after years of struggling, found a way to be less thoughtful of myself and more thoughtful of others, to be less selfish and more selfless, conducting a business with integrity, having an awareness of this interconnected nature of life, and being concerned of the welfare of others, how far this goes in creating community. I ask that you please remember that we are all parts of Monavie. You become the face of Monavie. People will view you as the face of Monavie, and I encourage you to be an example of extraordinary business ethic, of impeccable honesty and integrity in your dealings with others. Recognize that we open the door to all. We do. There is no screen and there is no filter. Some people join us having had significant past successes in life, and some join us desperately searching for, praying for that first breakthrough success. This can be that very first success, and it matters not from whence one came. Your community can become a source of refuge for others. Build a community that can be viewed as a source of reference for others. MVP, as part of our overall process of growth and development and stability, will include a host of pillars, 7 pillars, with actually this community pillar being the outcome of proper implementation of each of the other pillars. So why is community one of those pillars? Because this is the best way to find success. The best way to find success is by helping others to likewise achieve success. And please recognize this, that true success is not measured in dollars, but is measured in lives changed for the better. When I meet new people, I promise you this, I don't see dollar signs and decimal points. I see moms and dads and little boys and girls. I see homes. And my great hope is that together we can more correctly apply these principles which govern network marketing. We can more correctly apply them than have yet been applied. And that in so doing, we can build a community that becomes a source of joy, a source of learning, growing, education, mutual support, that becomes a place of satisfaction for all those who join us, and that they then feel so comfortable in our community that they will stay here as they develop the skills and character attributes required for personal success. Welcome to the community.